Hi, so we're back in Canterbury to visit Level Up Games and interview Alex, the owner of the store. So we spent the day checking out the store, buying some stuff and asking him some questions that we hope you'll find interesting. We also bought some cool stuff from the store, so stay tuned and at the end of the interview you can see what we bought and how much we got it for.
We opened, it was almost more luck than judgment. Right place, right time. Every day is different. People come in looking for different things, have different wants. There's always a conversation to be had with people, regardless of sort of whereabouts they came from. Everyone's got a story, and that can be very interesting. From 2000 onwards, when Sony and Microsoft became the real fighting forces out in the marketplace, and everyone was looking forward at what could be the potential of the future. Then the 360 came out and the PS3, and everything was online gaming. The retro took a big sort of slump into the background of things. It was still there was still a market for it, but it became the sort of remit of boot fairs or geeky, really geeky collectors. That whole retro chic became cool and fashionable again, coupled with a whole lot of manufacturers starting to release their back catalogues back onto the digital stores. Nintendo, Microsoft and Sony have all been doing this, resurrecting old IPs. I mean, look at the Wii U store, it's got whole sections full of NES, SNES, Game Boy Advance, 64, just as virtual downloads, but not everything, because they don't own everything. The only way to play it now is to go and get the original system or emulate it. It's that's brought everything back into sort of the people's psyche again. You see quite a few retro shops that are also card game shops or board game shops, or they've got the Games Workshop standee in the corner sort of propping up sales of things. They're sort of jack of all, master of none. One thing that we at Level Up is we're a retro store. We deal with video games from Ataris from the 70s right through to I've just sold an Xbox One this morning and then bought the PS4 in this afternoon. The modern stuff isn't beyond our remit, but our mainstay is where the rest of the high street stops, and we go backwards from there. So if you were stranded on a desert island with one console, what would you choose? Gemma's first choice has, and always pretty much will be, I believe, the Super Nintendo. Her second place is the PlayStation 1. For me, it's the exact opposite. I'll take a PlayStation 1 and have a SNES in second place. From what we want to play and the games we both grew up on those systems. Well, when I was testing the PlayStation 4 here, there's just one of the PlayStation Plus games from this month is a side-scrolling pixely 2D shooter called Broforce, which is just completely over the top. But it owes everything that it is to the current love of retro gaming. It's 8-bit style 2D platformer shoot 'em up. And so many of the download games, even Minecraft again, owes its simplicity of its look to the older generation of gaming. High definition explosions are great and good gameplay is great, but without a good story to back it up, it all starts to fall a little bit flat. Shiny visuals will only get you so far. It really is a case of people are looking then at a storytelling medium, something really homebrew, really basic, that's really taken everybody by storm because of the charm of the story. Undertale has received rave reviews across the board because of how utterly charming it is and what an absolutely fantastic story it is at the same time. And it's one of the simplest looking playing games we've seen in ages. Shenmue occupies a certain point of time, and a lot of people were looking at a remake of it, but it's been superseded a few times by similar games within the same genre. Shenmue can theoretically be transposed to the Yakuza series, and that's taken the original concept of what was happening with Shenmue and they've taken away the fantastic and put it more down to the gangster side of it, but it's kind of a logical stepping stone into where it's gone from Shenmue into Yakuza. So to bring back Shenmue 3 is a huge nostalgia kick for a lot of people. A lot of people are going to be really puzzled without the ability to go back and play the first two. Are Sega going to let Sony have the rights to it? Most unusual things we've got in the shop today. There's a choice of two. First one, possibly not as valuable, but certainly good fun. A game promo disc for Rogue Squadron 3 on the GameCube. Now, not all that exciting, you'd think, but I really like this for a couple of reasons. The detailing, although it's only a store promo, it's the full game, by the way, but it's a store promo disc that would have been used for display purposes. It's quite a nice thing. But the inclusion on this disc only of the original arcade vector graphics game, playable on your GameCube. Number 2 is a fairly standard game. Again, a fairly standard game, but this is a very unusual box. This is Claymates for the Super Nintendo. This one is really unusual because it's the NTSC limited edition with the lenticular cover, which is very rare to see, and we've only found a couple online, but this one's in immaculate condition overall, but yeah, this came in a couple of days ago, and we're still mulling over quite which one of our Super Nintendo fans we need to wave this at first.